Many people have fond memories of the hit 1960s show Bewitched. However, fewer have fond memories or even memories of all of the show's much less successful spin-off, Tabitha. Bewitched followed the married couple of Samantha and Darren, with Samantha being a witch and Darren an average Joe. During the show's run, the couple was given 2 kids, including a witch daughter named Tabitha. The spin-off centered on this character as an adult, though it only ran for a season and featured a different actress. Join Facts First as we take a look at the Bewitched spin-off you probably forgot about. The hit sitcom Bewitched focused on the novel premise of a normal man who marries a witch. Of course, witches aren't supposed to exist, so husband Darren had a very hard time keeping his wife Samantha's powers a secret from his friends and coworkers. Samantha also had a particularly tough time subduing her powers to act like a normal wife. Even so, the two were in love, so they made it work. Actress Elizabeth Montgomery played the character of Samantha over the entirety of Bewitched's run, while 2 different actors played the character of Darren. Both of them were actually named Dick. The first was Dick York, while the second actor was Dick Sargent. As with most married couples on successful TV series, Samantha and Darren were given a few kids over the course of Bewitched's 8th-season run. The first was Tabitha, who proved a big hit with audiences. Actress Erin Murphy most famously played Tabitha, though she was replaced by an older actress when it came time to film the unsuccessful spin-off. A few years after Tabitha, younger brother Adam was born. Bewitched had been on the air for 8 seasons by the time the network canceled it. That happened in 1972, and spin-off series Tabitha came on the air in 1977. This meant Tabitha came 5 years after Bewitched ended, and at a time when the character of Tabitha would have only been 11 years old. But the creators of the spin-off made the odd choice to have the character of Tabitha played by an adult. This is why they fired Erin Murphy and brought in her replacement, who was an actress named Lisa Hartman. The series focused on Tabitha's life as a single adult trying to make a living at a TV station. While it would have made more logical sense for the series to follow an 11-year-old Tabitha and her younger brother's adventures, it instead decided on the age change. Their reasoning for making Tabitha older was to make the series more like Bewitched. Essentially, they changed the character of Tabitha to be more like Samantha, and mimicked its parent series' main conflict by having the bulk of the show be about Tabitha trying to hide her powers to fit in. In addition to imitating its parent series, Tabitha also took some liberal inspiration from The Mary Tyler Moore Show. The Mary Tyler Moore Show had come on the air in 1970 and was a massive phenomenon. When those in charge made the decision to have Tabitha be a single woman working at a TV station instead of her being a married woman like her mother had been on Bewitched, they were certainly taking inspiration from what Mary Tyler Moore had done so successfully years before. But this idea was less groundbreaking by the time Tabitha got around to it. The actress brought in to play Tabitha was Lisa Hartman. Sadly, Tabitha didn't turn out very successful, and Lisa was forced to find other work soon after taking the titular role on the spin-off series. Coincidentally, Lisa went on to find a gig playing a part on another spin-off of a successful series, Knots Landing. Knots Landing was a spin-off of Dallas, and it ended up performing a good deal better than Tabitha. Lisa Hartman also found some success as a recording artist and had recorded the theme song to Tabitha, which was called It's Magic. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. And stick around for more about Tabitha. The spin-off series Tabitha didn't feature any returning actors or actresses from its parent series, Bewitched. Samantha and Darren were nowhere to be found, although Tabitha was given an aunt named Minerva. Karen Morrow, best known for her longtime work in musical theater, played this witchy character. Besides Morrow, the cast of Tabitha was rounded out with several other stars playing new characters created solely for the spin-off. It featured Robert Urich and David Ankrum. Robert Urich played Tabitha's boss at the TV station, while David Ankrum played her brother Adam. Elizabeth Montgomery and Dick Sargent both chose not to appear on the show in any capacity, though they may have ended up making appearances if the show had made it past 12 episodes. Tabitha began airing in 1977, and only 12 episodes made it on the air before ABC pulled the plug the following year. For a variety of reasons, the spin-off simply didn't make a solid impression on audiences. They were likely confused about why Tabitha was now an adult and didn't much appreciate that the show is essentially a routine blend of its parent series and The Mary Tyler Moore Show. While the majority of people who worked on Bewitched didn't return for Tabitha, director William Asher did. Asher had directed many episodes of Bewitched and was unsure of what to say when asked to helm Tabitha. Though he didn't think the series was a great idea, he did it for the work. According to him, he thought the series would have made a great deal more sense if it had followed an 11-year-old Tabitha. According to William Asher, he felt the new version of Tabitha, as played by actress Lisa Hartman, was simply too old to make an impression on audiences. Those in charge felt that aging the character up would make her more like Samantha, and since audiences loved Samantha, it stood to reason they'd prefer the character of Tabitha to be as much like her as possible. There had been other ideas for a Bewitched spin-off that would have been more in line with what William Asher claims he would have preferred. In December of 1972, not long after Bewitched had aired its final episode, an animated special aired on ABC called Tabitha and Adam and the Clown Family. The special was part of the ABC Saturday Superstar movie series, which was produced by Hanna-Barbera Productions. If that had been more successful, it could have resulted in an animated series produced by the studio, but that never happened. Although William Asher had compromised his integrity a bit to accept the paycheck that Tabitha had guaranteed him, Bewitched creator Saul Sachs had balked at the chance to write the spin-off's pilot. Although Sachs had no say in the network going forward with the spin-off, he had no obligation to offer his creative talents to it. Like William Asher, Sachs expressed he thought the spin-off was poorly conceived. He pointed out the fact that the network was simply trying to replicate Bewitched instead of finding a unique identity more in line with the spirit of Tabitha's character. Aligning with William once again, he felt the show would have been better off following a much younger Tabitha. Although it's hard to deny that Tabitha wasn't a huge hit with audiences, the show can still be appreciated for what it was. It featured Tabitha working at a television station in California called KXLA. Her immediate boss was Marvin Decker, played by Mel Stewart. However, they both answered to Paul Thurston, played by Robert Urich. Thurston was the star of the fictional The Paul Thurston Show, which was the series Tabitha was tasked with working on by the network. Tabitha's younger brother Adam was given a role on the series as a fellow co-worker at the TV station. Meanwhile, Aunt Minerva served a similar role to that of Endora, Samantha's mother, on Bewitched. Before Lisa Hartman had been hired to portray the character of Tabitha, a pilot episode had been filmed that featured actress Liberty Williams in the role. It aired in April of 1976 and did well enough that the full series was ordered, featuring Lisa Hartman. Sadly, the full series didn't end up becoming a hit. Despite this, the original Bewitched continues to be an audience favorite. Now it's time to hear from you. Comment down below to share if you remembered Tabitha before we reminded you, or if you're one of the few Bewitched fans that actually likes the failed spinoff. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts Verse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.